It is incredibly easy to move through modern life feeling like a passive passenger. The daily commute, the predictable grind, the sheer physical density of our cities, it all creates an overwhelming sense that reality is heavy, repetitive, and entirely outside of our control. We assume the physical matter making up this dense world is entirely inert. We treat the concrete, the objects on our desks, and the routines we follow as nothing more than dead, empty material. But 16th century mystic Isaac Luria proposed a radically different architecture for reality. According to his teachings in Kabbalah, there is no such thing as empty matter. Every single physical object and every mundane interaction is secretly embedded with a trapped spark of divine light. If that hidden light exists inside everything around us, then the dull, heavy world we navigate each day is actually the site of a vast, unresolved rescue mission hiding in plain sight. To understand how this light got trapped, we have to look at its cosmological origin. Kabbalistic tradition describes a primordial event where the original spiritual vessels, structures specifically designed to contain the pure light of creation, violently shattered. The sheer, unbuffered intensity of that original light was simply too great for the vessels to hold. When they broke apart, the fragments, carrying tiny, glowing sparks of that divine energy, were forced downward into the lowest, densest levels of existence. As these sparks fell, they gathered layers of thick, opaque metaphysical dust. These hard outer shells are known as klipot. They completely seal in the divine sparks, blocking out their light and concealing their true nature. These dense shells stayed exactly where they fell. They compounded and packed tightly together, eventually forming the actual physical fabric of the universe, building the very objects we touch and use every day. This leaves the universe in a state of cosmic exile. The original divine light is entirely trapped within the dense matter of our surroundings, and without external intervention, it cannot free itself. Because the human soul is described as a portion of that same divine origin, it possesses a natural resonance with the sparks trapped in the matter around us. This shared essence is why human consciousness, when focused through a selfless intention called Kavanah, can act as the catalyst to break the shells. When we perform an action mindlessly, selfishly, or purely out of habit, that resonance remains dormant. The protective shell stays completely intact, keeping the spark imprisoned in the dark. But when a person performs an act with selfless kavanah, the heart begins to function as a cosmic magnet. This pulse of intention neutralizes the restrictive klipot. It cracks the outer shell and forcefully pulls the trapped spark out of its confinement. This shift moves the individual from a passive observer to an active participant in cosmic repair. The most mundane, everyday acts of living suddenly become the primary method for restoring a broken cosmic order. This extraction process is known in Hasidic philosophy as birur, or clarification, and performing it does not require elite mystical knowledge, nor does it require you to isolate yourself on a remote mountain peak. The power to act as a cosmic magnet was intentionally democratized. It was meant to be activated right in the middle of our loudest, messiest, and most ordinary environments. You apply kavanah when you eat a simple meal with deep mindfulness. You do it when you choose to speak kindly to a stranger, or when you conduct an ethical, honest business transaction. Traditional rituals serve as highly concentrated versions of this process. By focusing the mind on the secret meanings of prayers, or using specific physical objects, like these candles, they act as a lens that draws light out of the material world. Defeating the darkness of the universe is not achieved through a single giant miracle. It actually happens through the relentless, steady accumulation of 10,000 small, intentional decisions made by regular people. Curious, this raises a critical question. Once your intention successfully extracts a spark from the material world, where exactly does that light go? A physical act performed with pure intention essentially gives wings to the extracted light. It provides the spiritual velocity required to propel it upward, completely out of the dense physical realm. These ascending sparks return to their exact origin point. There, they begin systematically locking together, literally rebuilding and reconstituting the primordial divine structure known as the Tree of Life. This ultimate cosmic goal is called Tikkun Olam, the active, piece-by-piece repair and restoration of the entire world. By using your intention to elevate the mundane, your role shifts entirely. Every sincere prayer, every honest choice, and every quiet act of patience becomes a successful rescue mission that physically repairs the universe.